Today I'm here playing Magicite. It's an action adventure, sort of randomly generated world published by Smash Games, and it was released on Steam back in June 2014 after a successful early access. There is a sort of a stigma attached to early access games because a good deal of them, maybe half or so, don't actually get released in a timely manner. But Magicite is one of the good ones that actually made it through. And it has very positive reviews. So I thought, I've been waiting to try this game for a while, and I've been playing it for about 9 hours now. I have only been playing the single-player version of it because if we go over here to multiplayer, you can see it is not all that easy to actually join a lobby. Or I should say there is no lobby. You have to either host or you can join a friend's game. So it's a little bit difficult to find people to play with if you don't have any as friends to begin with. So let's just take a look here at some of the different options. Not a whole lot. You can adjust the audio, the resolution, and you can play it in a window. The stats just tells you how you did, how many resources you've collected and stuff. One of the biggest surprising things about this main menu is there's no music. I mean, the way the embers float around here, I thought it would be perfect. It just makes sense for it to have music here, but it doesn't. It sort of makes me feel like I'm playing Dwarf Fortress or something because there's no music at all. And the same goes for your character creation screen. Now, the game will require you to create a new character every time you relaunch it. So this can create something of a little bit of a problem if you have to leave for some reason. You can't actually save the game. So you're going to either have to sit down for an entire session, which could last upwards of an hour, or you're going to have to quit it and then create a new character the next time you're interested in launching it. So this is definitely a downside to this, the way this system is set up in this game. But there is a good deal of customization right here. You can choose from different races that you will unlock as you progress through the game. It tells you, what you need to do here to unlock some of these other characters. Unfortunately, it requires it uses RNG. The 20% chance to unlock after acquiring, I should say, your second skill in a playthrough. Now, in general, this is a bad thing because it sort of forces you to play the game under something of a false pretense. Not because you're enjoying it. You are, in a way, grinding with no guarantee you're actually going to get anything from that grind. I think it is one of the most pernicious forms of grinding you can implement in a game, but Magicite really loves their RNG mechanics. Pretty much everything about it is RNG. Now, I have a few different races unlocked here, and I think I will be playing the Noble. But first, maybe I should talk a little bit about the actual differences between these characters. The Noble starts with a unique item, the stone axe, which is much better at chopping down trees than, say, the peon. And also it has some additional health and a little bit of additional magic. So it's a good all-around character, and that's why I'm going to be choosing. You can rename it. Simply type something in right here. There we go. And you can choose variants. This is just cosmetic stuff. It really has no bearing at all on the actual gameplay. Now you can choose hats, and who doesn't love hats? I mean, this is what Team Fortress is based around. And once again, hats unlock in much the same way that characters do. I see a lot of 100% chances of being unlocked here, but there at least one I saw here, it's 20% chance. So all in all, the hats are a little bit more forgiving when it comes to unlocking them than characters. But they add little traits. For example, this scarf, it will give me a 33% chance on level up to gain additional attack stat. I'm going to be using the miner cap, though, because it can give me more metals when I'm mining. Finally, we have the companion. This is a fun little thing. I've only unlocked the fairy so far, but you can see there are quite a few different ones here, all 100% chance to unlock after completing a certain thing. And once again, this one, it restores 1 health point upon reaching the end of a district. It's just a little bit extra, a little a little buff, I should say. Lastly, we're going to have to look at traits. Now, this gets into another part of the game that I don't appreciate. Now, there are traits that are better than others, obviously better. And that is a problem with the balancing of the game. So in other words, you're going to want traits that have been generally proven to be better for the long-term playthrough. And those are generally ones that allow you, or Potion Brewer is generally considered a good one. But there is one that allows you to unlock special chests that have extra rare stuff in them. And if you're going for a long playthrough, you want to play through to the end of this game, you're going to want to actually get that perk so you have a better chance at getting loot out of those chests. Otherwise, you're not able to open them at all. And that is a problem because not all traits are equal, and to get them, you just have to keep clicking this button. There's no other way to get the traits you want. It would be better if the game would just allow you to pick the traits that you want the most, and then just allow you to go with that. It would save people a lot of time, especially since you have to do this every time you restart the game. There is no way for you to save a character state. You're going to have to do this every single time. For example, right here I have a couple good ones, Gatherer and Potion Brewer. But unfortunately, my attack has been nerfed quite seriously for this. In my case, I'm going for more of a range-based character, so this is not going to be too much of a problem. But as you can see, there can be a decent amount of time investment that you're putting into it to find the right combination of traits with decent stats. Great. Okay. So now we're in the actual game. As you'll notice here, it probably looks a little bit like a mix between... Oh, gee. We got an enemy right away. To me, it looks like a little bit of a mix between Terraria and Spelunky. Now, right here, I have to craft. Great. I need to craft an axe to actually, a pick to actually mine stone. Right now I have the axe, I'm chopping wood, and unfortunately there was that boar. It's an enemy, and he's one of the tougher ones in this stage, the forest stage. There are about 8 different biomes, and the boar is definitely one of the harder ones in this one, so that's unfortunate that I met him right away, but of course that's due to happen if you have a random generated element like that. So what I'm doing right here, this is the crafting system. Unfortunately, and this is one thing I really don't like about the crafting system, is the fact that the game doesn't tell you what you need to use to craft new things. In this case, I'm going after the pickaxe. I already knew beforehand, because I've played this game a little bit, what materials I needed to gather and then combine to actually make this pickaxe. And now I'm going to make a sword. But this is one of the parts of the game that I would like to see improved. There's really no reason why they just can't give you a list right in the game of what you need to do, the different resources you need to combine to the different resources you need to combine to create the items you're looking for. It's just ridiculous that they expect you to sort of just fumble around through this and then you go read a wiki. I mean, what's the point in that? You're just wasting people's time now. It's really sad. It's a poor way of doing things. It's like people that try to make games artificially difficult. So right now I'm trying to kill some of these pigs for the experience and the food. As you might notice in the top right corner, there is a food bar, and I'm going to need to keep that in check to prevent myself from starving. Oh man, another boar. Just my luck, isn't it? So yeah, I got hit by one of the falling blocks right there. But I'm gathering wood, and with this axe I'm able to gather wood at a faster rate than with an ordinary axe. And there are different tiers of items, and you generally have to collect items to gain access to those better tiers. Now I think I mentioned that I'm trying to go for a ranged build, and oh man, unfortunately, I'm just going to try to get this boar to jump off. There we go. Unfortunately, this character I'm starting with here doesn't come with a bow, so I'm going to actually have to kill a couple of ants to get some spider webs, and then I can craft the bow. This can take a little bit. It can take a little bit of time. Hopefully, though, I can get it within this playthrough. I haven't finished the game yet, obviously, because I've only played it single player, but I think it probably is easier to complete multiplayer. Oh, my stone axe is about to break. That is another aspect of pretty much every item in the game. Oh, there it broke. Is it does have a durability limit. Now, we got some stone here. I think I have enough stone to actually craft a better pickaxe, and this is going to be important because it allows you to then mine better. Yeah, we just get rid of that. Get rid of the wooden pickaxe, replace it with the stone pickaxe. Doing so will allow... Is this an axe? Yeah, it's an axe handle. Okay, great. I'm going to craft an axe head, or a wooden blade becomes an axe. But yeah, like I was saying, this will allow me to harvest stones of a better quality, a better caliber. For example, with the stone axe, now I can harvest gold from within the stones. Okay, right here we have an ant and, of course, another boar. I'm sorry, but the boar is the hardest enemy. Okay, I shouldn't say there was one harder than it. It is one of the hardest enemies to kill, especially early on. I mean, in the forest biome. Really unfortunate. Yeah, and I got hit. That was unfortunate. Here we go. We want to mine some of the stone. Obviously, you want to sort of get as much as you possibly can, as many resources as you can possibly collect before moving on to another stage. And the one thing about that is it's actually timed. Much like Spelunky, if you've ever played Spelunky, you'll know that if you hang too long in a level, there is a monster that comes to get you. It's a ghost, I believe, in Spelunky. And here it's, what is it called? The Rage or something. Yeah, and it will ultimately, gee whiz, I mean, they're just not letting up. Every single sort of cell here has another boar in it. I mean, how do you like that? Crying out loud. Hopefully I can get him to jump over here. Will you come over here? Will the boar come over here? Yeah. Whoa, okay, there we go. Yeah, I really don't want to deal with boars this early on in the game. They're rather difficult to kill. It's going to take me... I'm going to have to be quite agile to do it, and I really don't trust myself with that. I'm really not interested in dying this early in the game when I'm demonstrating this, because I've got a pretty decent build right here. And hopefully I can show you some of the different biomes, because there's some variety there, and that is something to keep in mind. Once progressing through the game, it's important to choose biomes that you can handle. The difficulties for them all will vary to some extent, and you got to choose. You got to pick and choose your battles there. Well, okay, now we got the ant. Now I said the ant. The ant's probably one that drops, or is most likely to drop spider webs. Unfortunately, that one didn't, which could really do me over in the long run, because just like with the mage class, if you don't start with a bow, the bow, it lasts pretty much indefinitely unless you actually whack stuff with it. But much like the mage class, unless you start with that kind of stuff in your inventory, it's very difficult to get it compared to swords and the like. And there's another boar. What a surprise. Didn't see that one coming, huh? Not good. Okay. So here we are at the end of the stage, and we can choose from 3 doors. And 2 of them are similar to this one. They're both forests, and the last one is, I believe, the ice biome. And we're going to choose another forest, but first we have sort of an intermission here. This is the town, and in the town you can sell some extra stuff. I always recommend selling a lot of extra wood. This is going to make you a good deal of extra gold on the side. You really don't need all this wood. And this is a good place to sort of stop and do some crafting. If you need to cook some food, you should always cook your meat rather than eating it raw, because you're gonna get a lot more. I keep trying to open my menu here. You're gonna get a lot more. Man, I just drew a blank on there. Here I crafted some health potions. Do I have any coal? Yes, I have coal. So we're gonna make a fire. Combine some coal and some stone. We got a fire starter here. And, yeah, like I was saying, the reason you want to cook your food is because you're going to get 3 health instead of only 1. So, here. I'm trying. Sort of lost the knack there for a second. The fire only lasts for a limited duration, so you want to make the most of it. Now, as you can see on the top right on the HUD, I only have one hunger left, so I'm going to go ahead and eat a couple of these. There is a random chance that, I think it's a 50% chance, yes, that eating this cooked meat will restore 1 point of health upon doing so. Now if we look at my inventory, I have some ironite ore here. I'm going to want to convert that into bricks, so I'm going to need to go over and find the blacksmith to do so. And once we're at the blacksmith here, I'm going to... There we go. That's going to be enough for 2 bricks. Take these 2 bricks, separate them, combine them. Now we have an ironite blade. And now I'm going to upgrade my current axe to an ironite one. So here we go, axe handle. And now we have an ironite pick, which can mine gold. I was mistaken there. The stone pick mines at the most ironite, and then the ironite mines at the most gold. So you're going to be progressing there as you move along. I'm going to sell my old pick. There's no reason to have that taking up space in my inventory. Inventory space is limited and really quite valuable. Unfortunately, I have both a herb and a small potion. I could use that potion to create a big potion if I had a second one. And it doesn't appear that anyone here sells herbs. No, so that won't be happening. As you can see, there are some merchants here that will sell random things for a price. If I had 1,400, I might as well just go ahead and buy this pickaxe rather than crafting my way up. But that's simply not the case in this this town. I can't do that. So really, what do I want to go for here? I'm trying to think about this stone. Oh, I have the wooden pick. I should sell that, yeah. Here we go. Since I am a ranger, I'm going to want to be doing monster hides. There we go. That's still not enough to do anything significant with it when it comes to crafting armor or anything. I'm going to want to make a better axe, though, I think. And possibly a better sword, if I have enough ironite to do so. No, unfortunately, I won't. So, the good thing about creating better axes, for example, is it's going to give me more wood from chopping down the same number of trees. And that's good because it means I won't have to spend as much time chopping down those forests to get my wood. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do or make a better sword. So I'm only going to be going through a forest here this on the second stage, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm going to sell this old wooden axe. I'm no longer going to be using that. I've got made my health potion. I'm full. I've got enough food. So we're just going to jump right into the second level here. And what a surprise, another boar. I swear, this has got to be the game with the most boars that I've ever played. And of course, it would happen when I'm attempting to demonstrate various mechanics of the game to a wider audience. I mean, I hate to sound a bit bitchy about it, but Jesus Christ. Maybe I should just fight them, I mean, how bad could it be, really? What's the worst that could happen, right? Kills me. Maybe that's how I'll go out in this game. I'll go out to a boar. Obviously, they want me to. That's why they keep putting him in here. Alright. Kill that slime. Get that slime right. So you're going to be doing a lot of this, really. Oh, look. Right there is the even stronger monster. Guess what? And the sector that didn't have the boar, it had that instead. Unbelievable. I mean, really, this is just going terribly for me. I haven't had a game this bad ever. Look, 2 monsters. If it's not a boar, it's going to be one of the Godzillas. Wow, it's just unbelievable. I can't believe I got this unlucky this time. I'm promising you, it's not like this usually. Honestly, though, that thing is going to be easier to beat than a boar. I could beat it if I took some time to do it. But we want to keep moving along here. I want to show you a different biome, so we're just going to ignore them for the most part. With a bow, it would be easier because you'd be using arrows. Hey, look there. I actually got a spider web. Unfortunately, I can't use it because I picked up a whole bunch of garbage. Here, pick up the spider web. There we go. I'm going to need more spider webs than that. But as you can see right there, is that's a start. We're getting a good start. Oh, look, another boar. What a surprise, huh? Never saw that one coming. Most of the time, I'm telling you, man, most of the time it's not like that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I got hit by... I probably should use this health potion. Well, as you can see right here, I'm at the end of this second stage already because I pretty much blew right through it, given the fact that there were just boars and Godzilla monsters all over the place. And remember, this is the oh, look, right there, 2 more boars. Yeah, this is the easiest biome of them all. So if you're not going to be doing too well at this, you're probably not going to be doing too well at any of them. And it takes, really, the only thing that's going to do it for you is you're going to have to memorize attack patterns of enemies. You're going to have to remember build orders for the various different, let's see here. Let's choose the ice one. I accidentally ran into that. You're just going to end up having to memorize the crafting orders of different things you can craft. There really isn't any other solution to it because the game doesn't provide you with that information right off the bat. They're going to force you to memorize it, and I think that's definitely one of the worst aspects of this game. Oh, as it turns out right now, I might actually have enough. I'm going to go ahead and sell, let's see here, some of the stuff I don't need. Sell the mushroom. Of course, we're selling the extra wood here. Sell that wood. Sell that wood. Try to sell all but 24 of it. And now I can get started crafting my bow. Oh, jeez. That was not right. Oh, well. I just wasted that. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't undo it. Now I have a net. So technically, I can craft a bug catcher. And I could go for a mage now. Yeah, otherwise I could craft it. I could have crafted a bow. That's really too bad. I would have liked to show how the bow works because it really is the easiest tool in the game. Unfortunately, it requires a lot of resources to use efficiently. I'm gonna make some potions there. I have enough food right now. I don't have to worry too much about that. And I'm going to be making an ironite sword since I can't make my bow, or since I messed up on making my bow. No, I just made an ironite axe. Oh man, I'm just doing it all wrong today, aren't I? Got all the boars, crafting all the wrong stuff. Yeah, that can really do you over, man. I'm not kidding. You have to be careful when doing this stuff, and keep in mind that when you're in the town, you're under real no pressure, so take your time. Make sure you don't make stupid mistakes like I just did. Okay, I'm now entering a more dangerous biome. As you can see, there are falling snowballs from the roof, so it's much more difficult to predict where they are coming from. And then we have things like the Frost Fairy, who... The knights down there, they're relatively easy to kill. But yeah, this was not a great start at all. Now, there was a crab. Oh, there are 2 crabs. Oh man, I'm getting hammered left and right. Whew. I'm almost dead. Some health potion there. And consume some food. So in this biome, the bunny rabbits are the innocent victims of your murderous rampage. They do not fight back. They are the mobs, I believe. Such enemies are... They're not enemies. Those NPCs are called... They're called mobs, usually. Grab some herbs. Maybe just run right through here. Maybe we can see another biome if I just make a mad dash for it. Not collect anything at all. Oh, that was not good. Yeah, you got to watch out for those falling snowballs, and I almost got hit by another one. Oh, another crab. Yeah, ideally this is not how you want to play the game. Just for people who, I mean, I'm unsure exactly what I did wrong here. Why there seem to be so many enemies in this time around me playing it. So many crabs. So many of those, yeah, so I made it through this one. So many of the boars. a lot of dangerous enemies, I guess. Let's do something dangerous. Maybe this will kill me. Oh no, this is the Velt. I can buy some arrows. I can buy some spider web. Unfortunately, I'm going to need 2 to actually craft a string, so that's not going to work for me. We're just going to press on until I die, because that's going to happen to me eventually. I'm running out of herbs to keep myself healed. I only got 1 big potion left, so let's just make a mad dash for it. See how far we can get. Whoop! Got hit right there. Hey, look, sheep. I believe this biome, the Velt biome, is great for harvesting food. I was able to make a ton of food off of this, so that's something to keep in mind, is that, you know, the different biomes could play into different needs that you have at the time. I'm sorry, it's so psychedelic. Whoa, didn't want that time. I'm having a hard time seeing some of the different monsters and all this. Ooh, not good. Not good at all. Didn't want that to happen. Can I heal? Can I heal? Can I heal? Heal. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, these guys, their attacks go right through walls. It's much harder. And I just died. Okay. Well, that will happen. That will happen a lot. And it has happened a lot for me in the past. Let's see, how many times have I died? I'm not sure it keeps track of those stats. Yeah, but that was a 20-minute play session, as you can tell. I was probably not playing at the right kind of level, your average level. And if you're going to be playing all the way to the last boss, easily it could take you upwards of an hour. So, yeah, you got to budget that time in. It's not the type of game that you can just save and then come back to. And if you do manage to round up some friends, a multiplayer, it's going to be the same problem. You're not going to be able to save anything, so you're going to have to do a one run right through it. Overall, I found it fun. I put about 10 hours into the game. I think it's pretty decent for the price. It's only $10, full price on Steam, and not really greedy at all. It's a fun little game. I enjoyed the time I put into it. It can be frustrating, and there are just some niggles that I would have changed if I was in charge of the direction of it. A lot of the RNG mechanics, I think, are a bit excessive. They just exist to force you to spend more time in the game, and not in a fun way, just spend more time grinding. And unless it's a free-to-play game, I don't think that mechanic is advisable, to utilize in a paid-for game that focuses on experience over, free-to-play. So I hope you found this interesting. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.